Hola a todos, todas. Estamos aquí con la bandera We are watching, os observan. Es una bandera hecha de miles de cajas de 190 países para un mensaje que está muy claro, el mensaje para los líderes que están aquí. Los ojos del mundo están en vosotros, en ustedes. Y aquí tenemos dos chicas, dos teenagers de Fridays for Future que van a hablar como un ratito para nosotros, por favor.
Hi everyone. My name is Shia Bastida, and I am a Fridays for Future organizer in New York City. I am here at COP25 with over 50 Fridays for Future activists, and we have been staging a lot of protests inside the Blue Zone. And what we have seen from COP25 is that we are actually really disappointed from our world leaders. And this is because they are having discussions as to whether human rights should be included in carbon markets when that is not even a question for us. They're having discussions as to whether double counting, how to deal with double counting, about Kyoto Protocol carryovers. We want to see action and justice. And Fridays for Future has been meeting every single day to make sure that our voices are heard. And what we are seeing is a huge disconnect between what the movement is saying outside of COP and what is going on inside. We are even seeing more support from the private sector than from governments. Yesterday, over 500 governments announced that they are going carbon neutral by 2030. And our government is still talking about whether to include human rights or not. So the youth are watching, and this is what this amazing project is about. We are here to tell you that we are not going to stop pushing for climate justice and climate action. We have met activists from all over the world, and our message is the same. We want the science to be heard. We want the voices of those who are the most affected to be heard. And we want everybody to start taking action to achieve structural change. Thank you.
Don't clap with a microphone in your hand, it's a bad idea. So I'm Sia O'Connor, I'm from Ireland. I've been here since last Thursday with Fridays for Future activists Wigier. And I'm gonna be honest, every time I step into that building over there, my soul dies a little bit. Because the people in there are not living in the real world. When I first met our environment minister in Ireland, I thought he was very strange because he did not inhabit the issue on a human level at all. But I think I found the mothership now because they're all living in that weird place. Those people in there don't care if our world dies because they are not living in it. Going in there is like, when you go to the supermarket late at night and the lights are weird and it doesn't quite feel real? That's what it's like in there. No one in there is actually thinking about the real life consequences this has. When I asked our environment minister in Ireland, Minister Richard Bruton, what the 1.5 degree target meant to him on a human level, he could not tell me. He could only tell me about the policies and the bills that they were passing and what they were going to do, but he couldn't tell me anything beyond that it was a restriction on him, that it was going to restrict his ability to make Ireland richer. He couldn't tell me what was going to happen to the Marshall Islands at 1.5 degrees. He couldn't tell me what real people would be affected by that change. The people in there, I've come to realize since I've been here, they're not going to change the world because they're not a part of it. I was at the Social Summit for a meeting the other day, and it was so beautiful. I'm not going to say diverse because I hate the word diverse. I feel like it's overused to mean things that it doesn't mean, but it was real, Those people were real people. There were children crawling on the floor during the meetings. You know, people were sharing loaves of bread. It was real. They were real human people. And there's just no reality in there. There's just people who want to make huge amounts of money. So the world isn't going to change in there. It's going to change out here. It's going to change out there on the streets with 500,000 people who marched in Madrid. There's no hope in there. There's no hope in there. It's like Greta said. The hope isn't in there. The hope is out here. This is hope. We are hope. Can I just ask a question? I think you know the answer, so I'm just gonna ask. What do we want? That was pathetic. What do we want?
Climate justice!
And when do we want it?
Now!
Thank you.
Okay, let's go.
¿Cómo va? Ok.
A ver, ¿qué hay que recoger ya?
¿Para aquí?
Aquí, para aquí. Hay que recogerla. Por aquí.
Para aquí, para aquí. De frente. Cuidado con las cámaras. Tú no saltes, ¿eh? Solo la bandera. Ahí. Ahora sí. Ahora el coro minero. Lo de las chicas. Las mochilas de las... ¡Ah!